Okay. Hello, I'm Chris.
And I'm the Doomslayer.
And you're watching That Review Show. And this is the first episode in a series where, to celebrate the release of the Tomb Raider movie, we're going to do...
I forgot that's why we were doing it.
A series of reviews of game-to-movie adaptations of some of our kind of favourite game franchises, the ones that we really care about.
Let's call them game-to-movie maladaptations.
Yeah. Maladaptations.
Maladaptations, there we go.
So, in the first episode, which is this one, we're going to be looking at Doom. So, Tom, what do you think of when you think of Doom? What do you get with Doom?
Yeah.
I think a running theme of all of these episodes that we do is going to be, I think they sort of missed the point. And to be fair to Doom, it came out the year after Doom 3 was released, and whilst many people have said that Doom 3 was a good game, they said it didn't really feel like Doom. It was two corridors and creepy.
Right, yeah.
Whereas Doom is more fast-paced action, blowing stuff up and ripping things faces off.
This one made that mistake, which had been registered by fans. I mean, this film's production should have been aware that that's not what the fans want from a Doom film. Right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's released a year after the game was released. They're probably into production by that point.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So it was sort of almost tie-in.
What you don't want to do, Tom, is loads of reshoots and just completely ruin the film that you've been making. No, I'm just thinking that's the current trend, isn't it? Fantastic Four, Rogue One. Half the trailer of Rogue One wasn't in Rogue One because they did so many reshoots. So this film suffers from too much tension.
Too long an exposition. It should just be like, there's the problem. Right, then let's start kicking ass.
Yeah. So we've both sort of said kind of things that this film should have been. It should have been more like 300. It should have been more like Dread.
Yes.
It should...
Dread. Yeah, the plot should have been similar to Dread. Just,
yeah.
There's a problem. Go do it.
We're gonna have to go through him. Stun grenade.
What is the plot? It's like they arrive on Mars and they keep zooming backwards and forwards, and there's a guy who wants them to sort out the science facility. The scientists have gone a bit...
I can tell you the plot, Tom. Something has gone wrong at a remote scientific research station on Mars. All research has ceased. Never a good sign at a scientific research station.
I think that should be the entire blurb. And it's just like, guys turn up.
Communication has failed, and the messages that do get through are less than comforting. It's a level 5 quarantine, and the only souls allowed in or out are the Rapid Response Tactical Squad, a squadron armed to the teeth with unprecedented firepower. They're not, to carry on... to carry on their mission. Nothing gets... Sorry.
Carry on their mission?
A squadron armed to the teeth with unprecedented firepower to carry on their mission, nothing gets out alive.
Is that their mission?
Our mission is nothing gets out alive.
Well, it is, if that room's a code red.
People, this room is a code red.
But a legion of nightmarish creatures of unknown origin lurks behind every wall and stalks the countless rooms and tunnels. Yeah, countless rooms and tunnels.
countless rooms in Thailand.
Far more powerful and bloodthirsty than anyone could ever imagine. Doom brings you all the visceral excitement and startling action that made its game predecessor a global phenomenon.
Yeah. Now, again, way too complicated in a way. It should be the science facility's gone under. Some guys turn up to sort it out, and they're going to do it.
Yeah, so with this one, you've got too many characters.
About 8 of them or something ridiculous like that.
And they've all got the character traits. You've got the one who's really religious and carves crucifixes into himself every time he blasphemes.
Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
They're two-dimensional, non-standard archetypes, which is terrible. You want, like, really just obvious archetype stuff, We're going to cut the assholes and elbows, you know the drill, yeah. Spit that gum out, Private, all that stuff, that's what you want.
Instead, you've got the creepy sex offender one.
I am just gonna have to strip search you girls.
You've got, and I love the fact that this film broke new grounds with the comedy black guy.
Duke, I bet secretly you have a big heart.
Oh, yeah? And that's not the only secret big thing I got.
Then you've got...
Japanese one.
Oh, yeah. But this is, you've summed up the whole problem with the characters in this. Japanese one. Like, that is as far as it went.
But he didn't have anything to do. He said one line and then disappeared.
They had that one comedy line where the guy says to him,
"You don't look like a Mac." Katsuhiko Kumanosuke Takahashi. So, Mac.
And you've got in the lead roles, with the brother-sister tension conflict that doesn't need to be there, Carla Ban and Rosamund Pike, both very good actors, both terrible in this movie.
Do you know what I thought? The Rock, perfect casting.
Oh, I forgot about The Rock.
Doom, he's in the right title. The story is wrong, the tone is wrong. This should have been The Rock kicking doors in, going bang, bang, oh my god, demons are coming, watching his squad mates die, getting angry, killing them, and eventually going to hell, and then final credits come up. Doom.
Yeah.
What was the music like? Was it like Doom should be?
I can't remember the music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas the music in the latest Doom is super memorable.
No, wait, wasn't there... There were lots of scenes where heavy metal kicked in, but it's while they were all freaking out and shooting at nothing.
That's it. We said, shouldn't this music have been at that point?
In the action scene earlier.
Wrong. Yeah. In fact, that's it. The music direction was all put in the wrong place tonally.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this was just so disappointing because you've got a lot of good elements. It felt like it had about 6 writers, and they all wanted to do character self-inserts.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the writer who's the creepy sex pervert self-insert.
Yeah, yeah. So I think we watched these films we watched Doom with Australian Phil, and he made a good point, which was that you don't get any sense of the setting in this because it's so dark and corridors and rooms. Like Doom isn't a game where I think like, oh, the locations are lovely, but it feels like a place. Whereas
you don't
this
need low-key lighting. It's not Alien.
No, quite.
It's bright enough to see, but red.
Yeah.
Right? Everything's red, and you punch things and it's red.
Yeah, Doom is not a dark game.
Light-hearted.
Like you said, it should have just been The Rock in a Doom suit, kicking doors down and killing stuff.
Yeah, doing something that's a hybrid between like Aliens, Crank, and with the plot structure of Dredd. I would have liked to see that film.
And the character development of Dredd. Who's Dredd?
0.
He's Dredd.
Yes, yeah. He's
cool.
Look at The Rock. He's got that face. He's wearing a big suit, and you've seen him smash someone's face off in the first 20 seconds. The first fighting comes about 30 minutes in or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
After lots of brooding tension of what's going on, it's like, we didn't care what's going on. Kill something.
Yeah, exactly. You don't engage with Doom for like a mystery thriller.
Were there any points where you felt it did kind of hit the tone of what we wanted?
No, but
I feel there was one.
Okay, well, I'll do quickly my redeeming features then, because they do some nice references to the game that aren't horribly shoehorned in. It's just things like you've got the BFG is in there.
It's crap, though.
It's crap, but it's there.
They should have had that. That should have been just a plasma gun. The BFG should have been some massive rig that's this wide that you have to carry on your shoulders.
But at least they had BFG. And they had...
a first-person section.
Oh, don't... That's not a redeeming feature. They had... The UAC was the company in charge of the facilities. That's just a nice little tie into the games. And the last redeeming feature, which was when I last watched this many, many years ago, really quite freaked me out, is when the religious guy gets infected and is turning in... Because they're all zombie demon things. He wakes up as a zombie... And he sort of crosses himself and then just smashes his head into the window until he dies. And they're like, "Oh my god, he knew what was happening to him." And that, I thought that bit was handled quite well, and it was quite creepy.
Yeah, nasty dark, but kind of dumb as well.
Goat knew he was turning.
Well, and that's Doom, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's again a similar kind of moment. You know, the scientist guy that they first meet, who's turning into the zombie thing.
What the fuck is that?
And he's running at them, and they've got this wall that can, like, come into and out of existence.
Yeah.
And he gets halfway through the wall, and they close it, and he's basically, like, stuck in the wall. It was just this, like, monster that for the rest of the film, it was just, like, stuck in the wall in the background going...
Yeah.
That was, I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah.
Like, where's the light-hearted fun in the rest of this film?
You just see it in the background, its arms were still just moving slightly.
It's just there the whole
while
time.
they're having a conversation.
Until the Rock comes and puts his gun in its mouth and blows its head off. And it's like, that's what we're talking about. Why wasn't that, like, the whole film's idea?
Yeah.
So, you say that the first-person shooting section wasn't a redeeming feature. I should say, when I first saw this film, it was 5-6 years ago, I saw that bit, and I was quite impressed that they kind of managed to fit it into the narrative almost realistically, because it's the first time Caliban pops the combat pill, and then you get to see it from his perspective, and I'm like, okay, at least they've sort of
Can I just point out, he actually pops the alien chromosome.
Oh, is that what he does? Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. He takes a power-up, you know, that has been established. So they realistically shoehorn it in. But yeah, it lacks impact. What's your point?
It's very floaty. That whole first-person section is very sort of slow, and the guns aren't right. Yeah, it just didn't really work for me. And then you've got the whole Rock going evil, deciding to murder everyone at the end, and it was just to be like...
The Rock should have been the protagonist.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Caliban's a fine actor.
He's the bad guy now.
Caliban has redeemed himself by actually making this movie better, by making Dredd.
Yes.
What's The Rock done to redeem this film?
Well, he calls himself Dwayne Johnson now.
Yeah, he's actually a legit actor.
And he's in the Jumanji reboot, so...
Oh.
What's your score?
3.
Oof.
Dr. T and the Woman. Dr. T and the Women...
Yeah, too many characters, a bit confusing.
Yeah, absolutely. Dr. T and the Women, I like more than this film and will watch again. This I won't, but they're about the same. I mean, this film never fully lost me on what was going on, even though I was like, why is it so complicated? It was boring. It had a couple of fun bits in it.
I think I'm going to go...
I'm out of steam.
I'm going to go even lower down the scale than you, I think, and give it a 2 out of 10.
Yeah, fair enough. I wish I had said that, but I've said it now.
Some moments were competent, but generally my main issue with it is just not entertaining. It's so boring.
Doom is entertaining. Like, even Doom 1, you can go back now and have more fun with it than this.
Yeah.
Even though it's, a 20-year-old game.
If you look at the opening sequence of the new Doom, where literally within 10 seconds, you've smashed a zombie's face.
That's it, you wake up, and it's like, smash, right, bam!
Yeah, you've picked up your gun, you've got the suit on, boom.
Well, I think they got what people wanted.
Yeah, which they didn't.
They didn't. No,
yeah.
No, let's have tense thriller moments. No.
No, if there's a tense thriller moment, what you need to do is walk towards the tense and thrilling thing, shove a shotgun in its mouth and pull the trigger.
This shouldn't be a film in which we actually worry for the life of the protagonist ever.
No, quite.
And you can do a film like that.
That's the thing, you have to play Doom as though you're not going to die. That's the only way to do it, is just to run in.
Yeah.
And just...
It rewards aggression. Like Crank. Like Crank. You know, just, he's charging through life. I'm not actually worried he'll lose, because it's going to be great.
Yeah.
There are setbacks, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Good, well,
I look forward to episode 2.
Let's just go play Doom.
Yes.
I'm going to point out that you gave that 2 more points than bossing up.
Are you actually dying from pizza?
Yeah.